Well, god dang, I was going that fast?
And then I worked my signature moves called the 2 arms under.
Even earlier in the season, I pictured wrestling this guy so many times because I knew he'd probably be one of my toughest opponents.
I think it works because the kids buy into the winning. They look at the trophy case and say, I want to put my name on one of those trophies. I want to be part of that.
Gotta have you every day. It's important. You guys are important. Put those elbows in. There you go. Change that level. Change that level.
Back in the 70s and 80s, they were the powerhouse. You see the red and gold singlets, I knew they were winning.
You're tuned into RNN Broadcasting for coverage of the Rocky Ford Meloneers and their 75th year of wrestling
every day, Jadis, we
We
got
have
this.
second, third generation people now. Their fathers and their grandfathers wrestled. Well, now it's a different challenge than it was 25, 30 years ago for sure. A lot of the industry here in Rocky Ford has left. A lot of the businesses downtown have closed. But we still have a lot of success in wrestling.
With another year of Coach Jurney and the Meloneer Batman, a program of tradition, the Meloneers look to make another run at the state championship.
It takes a drive, a dedication, of course, to be a champion, and kids work hard to try to do that. But some kids need more than wrestling. Everybody should have somebody they can go to and lean on, and I don't want that to be an issue for anybody.
So what's new, man? Team's looking good.
Yeah, they are. I think this might be the year.
Hopefully. That'd be nice. How long you been wrestling, Omar?
Going on my 4th year.
You've only been wrestling for 4 years?
Yep. This is I started in 8th grade. I was really a follower then. Used to always want to be with the cool kids. In the end, I guess I always just got left out. And then Kaysen and Julius, they told me that I needed to start wrestling because of how big I was. I think my 8th grade year, I think I was like 290. And then I started wrestling after that. Rocky Ford's really centered around wrestling. Everybody just really likes to watch us wrestle. Likes to know that they have a team that'll win for them.
Go, 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 go!
It's mainly what this whole town's about.
Come on, Omar!
Freaking guy. He calls me at like 3 o'clock, I swear. No, like, can he come get your cows? I'm like, I'm in school. Guy. That ain't doing much. So take that, hook it together in 2 spots there, and then hook it from on that post in 2 spots.
All right. How you feel about wrestling this year instead of like how you were last year?
I don't know. Before every season starts, you know, I always feel shitty. I hate it.
Or you feel like you can't just quit?
Because, I don't know, I've done it since 2nd grade. I'll just keep going. when I was little, wrestling season came around and I wrestled. That's kind of how our life was. From then on, I liked it, but the pressure to win, it makes me kind of want to run away from the sport. You know, I'm the third generation, and they're not pressuring me like saying, oh, you gotta win, but it's just something that I think that I have to do just because, you know, both my dad and uncle were state champs. So.
The earliest memory I have of wrestling has to do with my cousins and uncles. At every family get-together, you know, I'd see them going at it, even as adults, you know, and they always asked me if I wanted to do wrestling. I told them I'll never do wrestling in my life. I just wanted to play games and be next to my mom.
Are you done with those, Jadis?
Yeah.
All right, just let them drain in there and get on that stool and get some of these and wipe off. You gotta wipe all that area down. See that screen deal right there too? There's grease on that side. Yeah, there's grease. See the grease on that side build up? But then we gotta wipe all this stuff down.
Okay.
The fun part of the kitchen.
It's probably the worst part.
Yeah, it is the worst part.
Yeah, my parents used to work in the kitchen at OJC, and my mother, she was the head chef.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she'd always sneak us in there and get us some ice cream.
Oh, there you go.
Growing up, I was a mama's boy. I was always, you know, stuck to my mom, but things got tough. You know, she just started getting in trouble after, you know, her hip replacement. She was given pain medication, you know. She started abusing those. That led to her getting into narcotics, you know, other kinds of drugs. Long story short, she's in prison for about 5 years. And then when she got out of prison, she went back to the streets, got into her same stuff she's been doing. And we lost her a year after. I couldn't sleep for a long time after that. I just wish she could see me, you know, here today and watch me wrestle, do what I love to do.
Go do you. What's fun out there?
We had a great group of seniors that left last year. 2 state champions, a 3rd place, a 5th place. But they weren't workers. This group, they like to work. The ultimate dream is I hope we can win another state title with this group of guys. That's always the goal, is to win that title.
Okay, write down and send it to which one was better and tell me why.
It's an example of this.
You have to have an example?
Yeah.
Rural America is a slower pace, and you want to provide quality, but small rural schools have very limited resources. Funding is kind of a nightmare. We went to a $200 budget, I think, in '96. You know, that just doesn't pay for anything.
Missing besides the ones in Arizona.
Correct, and that's
was the 3 freshmen.
Yep.
Oh, shoes are worn out. I ordered some new ones. I've had these for a while. Gotta retire them. All right, here we go. Start running. Run, Jacob, run. Hey, partner up. Here we go.
When I first came here, we had 13 kids out for wrestling our first year. It wasn't good numbers. And I wasn't a whole lot older than the kids in the program. And I said, man, this is going to be tough. But I didn't want to fail. I did not want to fail. I wanted to make sure that I was the guy and I was going to do good things.
Back up, back up.
So we just started working hard. We just put our nose to the grindstone and just kept going, and then things just started working.
Dig for the heel. There you go. Yes, yes. Right there. Now, come on.
What did you do to your son's knees? I know you did something.
He fell racing Nolan.
Shit.
He did.
You hit him with a yardstick. I know it.
I fell in love with coaching kids. Man, this is fun. Teaching kids how to wrestle.
So I'm going to circle him. Boom, right there. Now I'm coming off it.
I enjoyed talking to him. I enjoyed helping him, and then watching him do well was something else for me.
Yeah, now you can dig it
It was
in.
very satisfying.
Hurry up. You got 2 more?
No, I have one more.
Oh, 1 more. No, 2 more. Liar.
I don't know, guys. They're getting it off? Some, but...
Once I probably got in 3rd grade or something like, probably 3rd grade, my dad would show me some stuff that I needed to work on, like just on the living room floor and carpet, you know, and he'd be showing me some stuff, but I was so much smaller than him.
Because whenever you have them with a good head, the way to get out of it is to go stand up and go backwards, right?
Over the years, I feel like our relationship has maybe got a little farther away from each other, but I mean, I'm a teenager and that's just what's gonna happen, I think. I get you engraved by a freaking headlock. It's okay, it's natural, but all right, Grady. I'd like to not get that distance from him. I didn't want to go this far, Grady.
No! I got somebody's big old paw on my face.
You're just supposed to drag it. See how my hands get
You're using their momentum and removing yourself from the equation.
It just means a lot to me, I guess,
There you go.
to keep my family's tradition going, because
Break the elbow.
he likes to watch me and support me, you know, so
There you go.
it brings us together.
I don't care if you win or lose.
I know.
I like seeing you leave it all out there.
At an early age, my dad would take me wrestling.
And I loved it because it was my mistakes, it was my success, it was my everything. I just fell in love with it.
When my parents split, it was tough. And then he became more distant, and now pretty much non-existent. I vowed never to do that. I vowed my own kids I would never do that. And maybe that translates to what I don't want other kids to go through.
I feel like I'm more enthusiastic about the sport than everybody else is. I kind of complain about having to do it, and really I kind of like it. It's kind of like an escape.
Keep the head up, keep the elbows in, keep those hands out in front of you.
But nobody pushes me the way that their family pushes them. I don't have anybody who does that. It's just me pushing myself.
He had a rough go with his family structure and his parents not being around and other people looking out for him. A lot of people have kind of taken Omar under their wing a little bit, but it's tough.
My dad was an immigrant. He got deported. After that, my mom kind of spiraled down. At a young age, I got taken away. I had my grandfather and my grandmother. They took care of me for quite some time. I ended up leaving from their house and I ended up staying with my aunt and uncle. But we're kind of like family, friends. Doesn't really feel like the same as having like an actual father, but at the same time, it's better than having no father figure at all.
He's come such a long way. We recruited him in junior high to get him out for wrestling, and he's bought it and he loves it.
Honestly, I feel like I would have been bigger, probably would have gotten made fun of more, probably wouldn't have felt as confident about myself as I do right now, all those different things. And I feel like I'm more involved in the community, and I feel like I've excelled as a person now that I do wrestling.
Getting ready, and that's what we need for February weekend. We got to do that state tournament 3 days in a row. That's why we do it. You guys are doing great with it. We got to finish off tough. We're sharpening everything up as we head towards the regional run here. All right, here we go. It's always the goal is to win that trophy, to win that title. Hey, don't be satisfied getting ridden out here. Win the battle. Win the fight. Here we go. So many things have to happen. The stars have to align. Ready? Go! Win the fight! Win the fight! Win the fight! Everything has to work. I mean, the kids have to buy in, and you have to get them to work together. That's tough. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Pull it in, Elias! Nothing else works, just stand up!
Dada? Dada? Huh? Dada? When I first found out that my girlfriend was pregnant, you know, I feel like a lot of other people at my age would just freak out, don't know what to do. Are you gonna be a wrestler when you grow up? Huh? Oh. Yeah, and I told her, you know, we're gonna be parents, you know, this is a big thing. I was still trying to take care of myself, and yeah, I have a little baby to take care of now. Watching her grow, it gets me excited, but nervous too, you know. I don't want her to grow up too fast, because I felt like I grew up too fast, you know.
Watching you grow over the years, and to see you now as a hardworking young man, a good student, and also a father. You couldn't be any more proud of the man that you're becoming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There ain't nothing better to learn than the town tradition, the family tradition of wrestling. Rocky Ford Wrestling teaches you to be tough, to fight your battles in life and go at them with everything that you got.
You guys have worked super hard all year. Just go make it happen, all right? Let's go do it. Have some fun out there. Here we go. Stay inside. Deep on. There you go. Beautiful. Winning's the ultimate thing. It's fantastic, but being out there and battling is tough. Oh, shit. It's tough. Hey, that's okay. We just keep moving one at a time now. I just ask they give their best. Go do the best you can. Go give it everything you have. Walk off and be proud of that, and just go give them hell. Hey, go! Yes, go get it! Hey, boy, get in there! You keep doing that!
For a sport like wrestling to come around and to keep making the community come together, it's a big deal.
That shows some heart right there. Nice job.
That team, to me, means family. means family. All those guys are the brothers I never had.
Some people don't really get to experience that, and really it's kind of like hanging out with your friends. I really don't feel alone anymore.
You don't have to win state to be successful. That's not what it's about. It's being a family and being a part of the program.